Hi everyone, Very Cute Jim here. Welcome to another episode of the Pondera campaign. Where last we left our heroes were in the process of clearing a silver mine for Wade from Forge. In order to do so, if they did so, they would be business partners in the silver mine for as long as the silver mine would be in business. So they went through the mine to clear out some baddies. They found some ankheads. They found a banshee. They killed a mushroom, which almost killed them. And then, after they had cleared the mine partially, gnolls started attacking them. They were pouring out from the mine, which was rather unusual, and they decided to move their camp after the attack subsided. We are with our adventurers today. After that battle outside the mine, and seeing what they're going to do next. I hope you enjoy this episode, and have an awesome day!
I wouldn't put it past him at all.
No, he'd just shoot the woman.
He would just shoot the woman.
Or, like, scare a child or something near her.
Probably. I didn't put it past him anymore. Alright, so last time was a short session. While you all were camping out in front of the abandoned mine. You were attacked during the night by gnolls. 4 smaller gnolls, 2 larger-ish gnolls that poured out of the cave. Luckily, you guys were for the most part fine. But after the attack, a few of you decided that it would be wise to move the campsite for now, since they seem to be coming from the cave itself. So you guys packed off and headed towards, I want to say, an eastern direction from the campsite. If I recall correctly, I think it was in easterly way near, some running water, and nothing really happened for the rest of the night. So it was pretty quiet after that. So as you all wake up, gather, look around, gather your things, and look around your surroundings. You guys are all in this small, newly made camp forest clearing. What did you guys want to do?
Did we need to finish resting for any purpose? Or, like, is Alex still dying?
No, he was, the remove disease spell was performed on him, so he is no longer dying. His pride might be hurt a little bit, but there's no known cure for hurt pride. So that will be damaged probably for a while. But he's health-wise, he seems. Hwinnil and Kasov can check him out again, but he seems pretty fine. When the disease spell hit, it seemed to remove any the fire from his lungs and the hives on his hands. He seems to be just fine for the most part.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, and I'm still feeling pretty good myself, so unless anybody else, I'm not sure what we want to do, what time of day it might be, or if we want to rest.
It might be,
venture forward.
It might be late morning at this point, maybe late morning. If you guys want to do a full rest, except for Hwinnil, because elf.
Yeah, I think I only need 2 hours more to get my spells back or something. Maybe I need to restart because of the fighting, so 4 hours.
Yeah, so if you want to rest, you'll probably hit late morning or early afternoon if you want to continue your 4-hour uninterrupted rest. It's possible if you wish. It's up to you guys.
Okay.
Well, I like used all my spells to heal people after the fight, so I want to make that rest at least.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. So, if we do a long rest, we could venture forward at nightfall, or short rests and venture forward sooner.
Doesn't matter to me. I get nothing on on rest, so.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm fine with either.
Then I
don't
think
really
we move
need
and
a
then
long rest.
Okay, I'm just double checking one thing. Yeah, let's plan to rest for what, like 4 hours? So a short
Yeah.
rest.
Okay.
All
All right.
So
That's
if you choose to rest for 4 hours, you'll probably hit the battle ended probably the battle ended at the last watch. You two guys took about half an hour to 45 minutes to find a new campsite. So by that time, it probably would have been 6. So you'll probably hit around 10 a.m., 11 a.m. if you choose to rest for 4 hours.
Okay. And yeah, I guess when I rest for short rest, I'll use a hit die instead of a spell, I guess.
Okay. So let me just mark that
Nice.
down.
That worked out
As
good.
will I.
good roll.
Yeah. Just what I needed.
Okay, so at this time, after you guys take that 4-hour rest, the sun is almost to its peak. It's not quite noon yet. It's around 11-ish. In your area, as opposed to the mine, there are lots of activity in the forest. You know, lots of birds chirping, lots of insects buzzing around. Every once in a while, you are able to see a little furry creature that darts into a bush. Could be a rabbit, could be a weasel, or a stoat, or something of that nature. Just not so much frolicking, but living their lives. So this area, as opposed to mine, is just bustling with woodland activity. What did you guys want to head back to the mine? Did you know, what was the plan after the rest?
Yeah, I think so. Go to the mines.
Yep, that sounds great to me. I
All
love
right.
that.
Cool. All right. Then Arenthale's still a little shaken by almost dying twice. Volunteers to stay back at camp for now. Still a little shaken from excursion, and he volunteers to, if you guys want to leave any, he'll volunteer to watch the campsite as well as watch over any things you don't want to bring along with you, like anything too heavy or too cumbersome. Then he says, I'll watch the campsite, and I might join you a little later.
Very cool.
Okay. So you guys, are you guys going back the way you came to the mine, or did you want to try maybe to find a new path, like another way there, instead of, doubling on your tracks, or do you just want to go straight there?
Yeah, I think just go straight there, but I guess I will call down my hippogriff and fly over so I can keep an overwatch if there are any ambushes lying in wait.
All right. Well, Beak isn't too far away. He's been You call to him, and when he comes down, you notice there's a little of a splatter of blood on his beak. He looks like he's been out getting breakfast brunch. There's a little fur, some tan fur stuck to one of his front talons, and could have been like a small deer of some type. But
Tasty.
yeah, very very tasty. Everything is very organic out here. No antibiotics you have to really worry about when eating the local wildlife. He allows you to climb on his back, and you take off. A, how low do you want to be flying, or how high do you want to be flying?
Yeah, maybe 20 meters over the treetops or
Okay.
something.
All right, that's perfectly fine. So you're hovering 20 meters over the treetops. Did you want to be just ahead of the group? Just keeping up with the group?
A bit ahead, but still so I can see them in the back if
Okay.
I look back.
Alright, so the rest of you see Hwinnil call to Wildbeak. Wildbeak comes down, kneels down, allows her to climb on his back, and she takes off just ahead of you guys. Acros, Ramas, Kasov, how are you walking there? What's your marching order?
I'll lead.
Alright, Ramas will be ahead of the group. Will you be scouting as well, or are you leaving that to Hwinnil?
I'll leave it to Hwinnil.
Okay. And who's after Ramas?
I could be just right behind him.
Okay. And Kasov, are you taking up the rear? All right, very good.
Taking up the rear. Yep.
All right. So all of you are walking and flying through the forest. Are you going at a casual pace, or are you doing anything special to hide your arrival, or anything of that nature?
I'll be
I'm not.
sneaky.
All right.
He'll be sneaky. Okay.
Ramus can be sneaky if he wishes. If Acros and Kasov decide want to be sneaky, you can attempt to be sneaky.
I probably won't. I won't even attempt. I'll just drudge behind.
I'm probably whistling to myself or something.
Okay, so
Not trying to be sneaky.
well, no, you can easily keep ahead of your compatriots. They are making. You hear the clanging of metal and snapping of twigs as they move their way through the forest. Ramus, if you want to be sneaky, please roll for a stealth check and tell me how far ahead of Acros you are staying.
Say 10, 15 feet.
All right, 10, 15 feet. Okay, you duck into some brownish brush, trying to blend in with your surroundings as you keep very low to the ground. You could pick up easily where your other two friends are, with the whistling and the metal and humming. Yeah, it's a little not loud, but somebody could easily probably detect you guys. Okay. Alright, I will keep that in mind. So, you all walk along this, so back to the... Okay. You guys walk along the forest, and it takes about 30 minutes for you to get to the mine. The first thing you notice are the bodies are no longer at the camp. Whatever you have killed looks like has been taken away by... Well, you'd have to really get a closer look and go into the camp and just look around if you want to discern anything about what may have taken place after the battle had commenced. But where there were bodies. You remember a couple of places where the nose fell.
Yeah,
There.
I'd like to look around. Yeah.
All right, so you can roll an investigation check. Hwinnil, you get atop, above the clearing near the mine, and you also see, you see your friends, but you do not see the bodies of the nose that you slew. Kasov, you kneel down into the dirt and you look around. You're not quite sure what happened. You see the blood of where the wounds were made from the nose, but you're not quite sure what happened afterwards. They were here, but how they were taken away, you can't quite discern that.
Okay. Yep. I say that's kind of strange. The bodies are gone. Not sure what could have happened here. I can guess that either a wild beast took them, or perhaps some of their comrades came here. I have no idea. What do you guys think?
As the foremost scholar on gnolls, would I know if they bury their dead?
Roll a nature check for me.
He certainly is the foremost scholar.
You are the foremost scholar of gnolls. So gnolls are a nomadic people. Usually they would cremate their dead in times of very harsh like conditions or living. They might be forced to cannibalize their dead, but that's only left in very, very dire circumstances. Given the state of which you fought the gnolls, you noticed they had like patchwork armor, not great weapons. It could be possible. It could be totally possible that these gnolls are suffering from hard times. But you also know that gnolls are nomadic. So the fact that they're staying in a mine in the first place, and it seems to be like maybe it could be a temporary base, you're not sure. It's a little weird because they're usually on the surface and they're usually moving around, and you've heard tales of roving bands of gnolls attacking smaller villages or whatnot, but usually they cremate their dead.
Okay. Interesting. Something odd is going on with these gnolls. Hopefully there's not something stronger than we anticipated in this mine.
Right.
I take another pass and just circle around to see that I don't see anything, and then I also land in the old campsite with the rest.
All right. Wallaby takes your commands and starts to glide down towards the campsite, allowing you to get a closer look at this peculiar circumstance.
Can I roll investigation?
Of course. You confer with Kasov, and you two have no idea where the bodies may have gone. There are signs that the bodies were there, but you're not really sure where they've disappeared to. Ramas, when you peer into the dirt, you notice that there are drag marks headed. You guys need a 10. There are drag marks going towards the direction of the mine.
That's with a -4 modifier.
There's this moment of clarity as you see the grooves going in one direction, and you're like, huh, those grooves match the body size of the nose we fought. Interesting. They must
Hey guys, they're in the mine!
As Ramas shouts this to Hwinnil and Kasov, who are like conversing deeply, like, where the hell they could have gone?
We thought they just disappeared.
Nah, the dead things got up and went into the mine.
They got up? I start moving more.
Well, they must have got there somehow.
Maybe they crawled.
Maybe.
Okay, yes. That's what you think. Maybe.
Well, let's head inside, I guess. We need to find the rest.
Alright, okay. When you get back to, so you still have your tiny map. So you guys start heading back into the mine. You guys are not there. You guys are at the front of the mine, but so that's still revealed to you. The mushrooms that Arenthale saw were up in this direction. I would like all of you to roll a perception check for me, if you will. I'll take Arenthale out as well, and Ramas, you're probably back there somewhere. Okay.
Perception check.
Yes. Okay.
28.
Alright, Kasov and Hwinnil, this time being able to see things a lot more clearly. You do see you see drag marks, something large, multiple things, about medium size, being dragged through the dungeon. You notice that there are clearly defined knoll tracks, going deeper into the mine, down the main corridor. They appear to be going down the main corridor this way.
Maybe it's better that I turn into a spider again, so I can sense our surrounding better. Let's say to the rest.
That sounds like a great idea, Hwinnil.
Yeah. Also remember that they seem to react on every step, so they might come from the ground again.
Okay.
And then I
Yes.
turn into a spider and climb up to the roof.
Alright.
Ceiling, I mean.
So you turn into a large. What color spider would you like to be? Brown, black.
I think it was black with green details. I
Okay,
think you said.
so you see Hwinnil's form shift into this large, creepy-looking black spider with some green trim, and she automatically climbs up one of the closer walls, hangs upside down, and starts moving forward. Are you actively perceiving while you're doing this, Hwinnil, and how far ahead of the party would you like to be?
If maybe like this far ahead, so when I move, I also move.
Okay. All right.
And I'll try to be connected to the web to see how far, if I can sense anything moving in it.
Yeah, sure. The web looks more or less still intact. Because of the knolls, there is a little bit of damage to it, but it's more or less still intact. So you keep ahead of the group. What's the marching order for the rest of you, and how far apart are each of you?
Well, it depends on how stealthy we want to be, guys. What do you want to do?
Hwinnil, I also would like you to roll stealth with advantage because of the way you are traversing the terrain.
Yeah. All right. Yep. And
Maybe I
I'll-
should have cast Pass Without Trace. Too late now.
right now. Okay.
23.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah. If you guys want to be stealthy, or just assume that we're walking behind the spider, Hwinnil, sort of quietly enough.
I enjoy being stealthy, so
I
Okay.
guess we can try. See what happens.
But I'll probably stay back too.
wow.
Oh my.
I think that's the lowest stealth check I've rolled yet.
All right. Surprisingly,
I have disadvantage.
Surprisingly, when out of your other three friends, the dwarf seems to be, he's learned to, not hum when he's stealthing. His armor seems a little quieter, like, his steps seem a little quieter. Ramus,
I
hugs
keep
his cloak
tripping
around
on
him,
shit and like
and
knocking rocks around, and it's not a good time.
he's kind of loud. He's a lot louder than you're expecting, and Acros is just Acros.
I'm just stabbing every patch of dirt that I walk over, scared of monsters.
Still quieter than Acros.
Just a little, slightly quieter than Acros, but not that much. Okay. Hwinnil, you keep going down the corridor. The the no tracks are with your vision as well as a spider. I believe spiders have dark vision because
Yeah, 60 feet.
yeah.
They also have blind sights.
And blind sight, it's very clear in the dark. You see clearly the indentations of the no tracks, and they had let me draw a shape. Let's make that yellow. You clearly see them heading towards. So each one was 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. So your dark vision is up to 60 feet, so you see them going up that way. Those little yellow squares I placed onto the map.
They're turning right, it seems. Okay, I will probably move if I'm uninterrupted up to this point.
Alright, are you guys keeping sight of Hwinnil, the rest of you, or?
Yeah, I think so.
Alright.
We're kind of
Yep.
following behind.
Alright, so you guys fall behind. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. So the tracks start going. I'm trying to get your line of sight. Start going down that corridor.
Okay. Well, I'm trying to be very sneaky. I'm moving up and I want to peer around the corner.
Alright. So you peer around 10, 20. I'm drawing 10, 20, 30, 40. And they seem to be, going in that direction still.
Okay. I take another step and peer around the next corner.
Um.
And also looking a bit in this way as well.
Okay. When you look on the ground and you take a look with your dark vision to see if there's anything else that's been disturbed, there looks like there might have been some tunneling in process by the Ankheads that you had fought earlier. However, you don't seem to sense any activity at the moment with your web. You don't see any. And there's no shaking that's happening from residual tunneling. It's rather eerily quiet.
I go back one step and I type something in the web.
Okay, we're gonna Charlotte Webs this.
And then I start moving. I slowly move here and look right, left, but my goal is to move in and check this room first.
Alright.
To see that it's still empty.
When you peer into that room, it looks empty for the most part. The carcasses that were there last time, they were pretty much skin and bones at this point, are still there, and the room is very silent.
Is the web still covering the holes?
The web is still covering the holes. It looks like after your confrontation, it seems like they could have very well retreated. These are very, these insects are very animalistic, so, if they can't easily take down their dinner, why pursue it further?
I see. I also checked this room.
Okay. That room, for the most part, looks empty. How far into that room are you going into?
Not further than this. I just look in and see if I see
Alright,
anything.
10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. Your vision would end around here then. Alright. The only movement you detect in that room are maybe a few rats, maybe a few blind silverfish and crickets that inhabit the area. You do notice that the amount of crickets and like little silverfish, blind insects, as you go deeper into the mine, are the number of them are increasing. And you notice that it does get a little more, for lack of a better word, you smell like a moldy smell, and there is a moisture to the air that permeates this area of the cavern as opposed to the near the entrance where you came in from.
Okay. That's my spider. I will move. Target wrong thing. I move here and try to peer around the corner.
All right. It appears that the tracks start going down that way.
Inside that room.
Inside that room, where the same room where Erenthil shot that mushroom and it exploded. And then he almost died.
Okay.
I will forever mention that.
I move here and look out in the corridor first before
Okay.
peeking around the corner. First this way, and then I peek in and try to see if I see anything.
Alright, first of all, that banshee isn't there anymore. So you don't have to worry about that. There are a couple of crates in this array. It's the same scene that you guys left when you had been killing that banshee. It's pretty quiet in here as well. Though, actually, make a perception check since you're listening down in that area. What are you guys, the rest of you, doing? Are you still trudging along behind Hwinnil? Did you guys want to go in any of the other rooms?
I wanted to stay near where she wrote "wait here."
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
we're
what
just
I think.
waiting patiently by the perfect
Yep.
Arial font, spider
Yes.
web. Wait here.
Yes. Nice.
Down in this direction, Hwinnil, you hear what sounds like the dripping of a very viscous, thick material. It's like you hear a kind of group sound every once in a while, echoing through the corridors coming from that area. That's the only really significant thing you hear. You still hear a lot of scurrying from the blind insects that make home in this abandoned mine.
Okay. Yeah, I remember that, but I don't act on it. I try to peek around this corner.
All right.
To see.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'd be able to see that area. So let me reveal that. So you take a peek around this corner. You see the outline of a couple mushrooms very large mushrooms in this area. The once was the mushroom that Erentho shot that's now no longer, there are no spores. It doesn't appear there are any more spores in the air. It looks like there was this the type of the type of mushroom that's circular that was pierced and exploded. There are the quote unquote remains of the mushroom he had pierced with his arrow. The others in here look like they are intact. This is where the moisture hanging in the air seems thickest.
Okay. Does the tracks continue as well?
The tracks continue, and that's a good question. The tracks continue into this room, going into the dark.
Alright. I think I...
Also, with your perception, even with your passive perception, there's the sound of rushing water in this room.
Okay. I try to go in a little in the door, in like the door opening, and try to peek around to the corner to the right.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. You could probably see this entire room at this point. All right. In this room, there looks like there is a corridor going down this way. Just a small one. But what catches your surprise is that you see the tracks do continue, and they do continue into what looks like an area that isn't originally part of the mine. There are no cross beams that hold this part up. It looks like there was a very large tunnel excavated down, and there seems to be a underground river that connects to this this area. This is where the mushroom growth is most clustered, and the tracks continue towards that underground stream or smallish river or whatnot.
Okay. I move back.
Okay.
And then I do this on the text. Let's see if I can get the right color. Like that. And then it's hard to target yourself because of all the web. And then I start moving back.
Okay.
And then I want to move into the room a bit more.
Okay. You move into the room. There are very large mushrooms clustered everywhere. Ramas, could you go back to where you were for a moment?
Define where I was.
Well, right there is perfect. If you
Oh, boy.
really didn't care about that, actually, that was the mushroom that Aranthel killed. You're okay. Just say it. There is so the way this river works is there looks like there is a cavern that goes into this river. The river seems to come from underneath an like a hole or an area, an opening that allows this river to flow straight down. It's kind of weird. I couldn't really put the river like just below the lip of the mine, but there's a river that looks like it goes further into darkness, and that's where the tracks end.
Where does the river start? Does it like come up from the ground, or does it fall down like in a waterfall?
It comes up from the ground. So this would be like the surface of the mine you're currently on. The river appears from coming out from an opening beneath. So there is kind of a short jump, about only a couple feet, that you would have to land on one of the banks of the small river and continue down. The river, this opening of the mine looks newer than the rest of it. Like I said, there are no wooden cross beams that hold this tunnel portion up. It looks like it was just excavated by not machinery, but like clawed out by some very, very large creature or a number of large creatures. There are slight claw marks digging into the sides of this constructed tunnel.
Okay. Well, my goal is anyways to peek around to the left.
To the left? Alright.
Being aware of that mushroom there.
Okay, you're very aware of that mushroom. So if you peek around the left, there is so you see that small corridor. You also see a corridor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You see a corridor that goes into darkness that way. Which looks like it opens up into a larger room. That area seems pretty quiet as well.
Well, I will go back into the room. Not go back, but I mean turn around to the water.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to place a web like this.
Okay.
But I don't know if I get interrupted before I make it.
Okay.
Being aware of the mushrooms.
The mushrooms seems they're not moving, or it feels like they a lot of them have a violet type of appearance, and they don't seem to react to you when you get close. It could be their trigger is maybe touch or something of that matter, or somebody shooting it, you know, like actively attacking it. But if you do not touch the mushrooms themselves, they do not seem to, even if you're close to them, they puff a little bit, but they don't really seem to react in the violent way, which brought down Aranthel.
I see. Well, then I'm happy.
Alright, so you put your web there. 1 second. Alright. And it's rather quiet. You have dark vision. Okay. Alright.
Yeah, I have 10 feet blind and 60 dark.
Okay. You are all in that room, with the river currently. Or the small stream, large stream that's going into darkness. There's a corridor, there are 2 corridors to your left. One corridor is blocked with a large mushroom in front of it. The one to the furthest one right there. There's one corridor, thin, small corridor behind it.
Can I try and, like, climb over the mushroom or climb under it to get into the small corridor?
You can attempt to.
Awesome. Acrobatics, athletics.
How do you want to? Do you want to leap over the mushroom, like with a somersault in
Can
the
I
air?
try and, like, squeeze under the cap? Because, like, is there any space beneath it that I can squeeze into?
There is. It would be difficult, but it is possible.
Yeah, see how happy the GM looks. It's very possible.
Yeah. How high is it?
It's about probably 4 feet high.
So I can't wait. 1 sec. Shit. There's something. Do you just get some weird bonus to jumping as part of their archetype?
I don't think so. You can choose to be extra proficient in acrobatics, but otherwise I don't think so.
Sorry?
I'm looking through it right now. So you are a thief, right? As your
Correct.
archetype. I don't think you get a dexterity.
When I make a running jump, the distance I cover increases by a number of feet equal to my dex mod.
You're right. Second story work. Okay.
All right, so I can clear it. This is the thing I can do.
It is possible to clear it. Yes.
All right, let's do it.
All right. So, to your astonishment, the three of you see Ramas, inspect the mushroom a little bit, and then he, walks away from it, turns back, has this intense stare about him. And you can make a running jump. The distance you increase by feet equal to your dexterity modifier. Usually the running jump, technically wouldn't a running jump be an athletics attempt as well?
Probably.
So I would say roll athletics. Add your dexterity. Instead of your... Oh god. Okay,
Shall we just roll a dex check and we'll go with that?
Go roll a dex check.
Oh no.
Oh god.
Oh god. Okay.
Oh god, guys, I might be about to die.
Okay. So you hunker down. You stare very intently at the target you are attempting to make this, you have it in your head. You're gonna make this wonderful somersaults, running jump, you'll somersault several times in the air, and then you'll land on your feet right after this mushroom, and it'll look totally awesome and cool. So you start, running, you imagine your hand's gonna, plant on the cart right in front of it so you can give enough leverage to flip over. And then for some reason your hand falls through the rotten wood of the haphazardly placed cart. You're unable to get the leverage you want, and you fly back. Your back connects with the entire mushroom, crushing it. So I need you to roll a Constitution saving throw for me, please. As spores bellow around you.
Oh no.
And any creature within 20 feet of the mushroom itself gets encased in spores. So the closest person 20 feet from the mushroom is actually Acros as well.
I knew I should have backed up.
Kasov, you're just, each square is 10 feet, so you're just out of it. As well as Hwinnil.
Okay.
Alright, so Acros, I would need you to... Okay, alright. So I need Ramas, as you breathe in these spores, your lungs feel like they are on fire. You take 10 points of poison damage. And... Okay, and you only take... what did I roll? 5 points of poison damage, Acros, as you're able to stave off the detrimental effects of this disease. 1d12. Ramas, please roll 1d12 and add your Constitution score.
D12 plus con
Constitution.
score or con modifier?
Score. It says score specifically.
Okay, 24.
All right.
Or 22, sorry.
Like your compatriot Ramas, unless you remove disease spell is performed on you, you will die within 24 hours.
Awesome!
You see the same hives that had covered Aranthil's hands are now on your hands, and it's very, very difficult to breathe. Every time you take a breath, it feels like there are little bits of ash that permeate your lungs, and you're not in a good way currently. And Hwinnil,
Stand back up and say, I'm okay, guys! I'm okay! Can't breathe, but I'm okay.
I don't think he's okay, guys.
Yeah, I don't think he's okay.
A scarlet web message appears from nowhere.
Okay. I see. I nod my head and say, I can heal him. Yes.
Oh boy. Maybe I should just give you mushrooms and that will kill all of you. Maybe that's what I have to do.
Stationary objects will kill him, not dragon.
I mean,
Yeah,
at least I
TPK from
didn't
mushroom.
shoot it.
That's okay. That's okay. This is how we do it. All right. So as the dust settles, I walk over to. No, I run over to Ramas. You know, there's a little bit of urgency here. I run over to Ramas and say, oh boy, okay. I see the same hives. Okay, we can fix this. And I.
Do you want to fix it?
That's the question.
Yes. Serves you right that I should leave you with this to teach you a lesson, but.
No!
But I wave my hand and say a couple incantations and cast Lesser Restoration on you.
All right. As Kasov places his hands upon your person, Ramas, you feel there's a glow that emanates from the palms of his hands that seems to encase you temporarily, and you feel the fiery sensation in your lungs leave, and the hives on your hand start to fade away rather quickly. You feel a lot better, and you give Kasov a big hug after his.
I hug him back. There. It'll be okay. I turn to Acros and ask how Acros is feeling.
I'm just looking all over my arms and stuff, checking for hives. I think I'm okay. I don't look like him.
Okay. Well, that's a good thing. Let me know if that changes, and we'll see what we can do for you too.
Hwinnil is just sighing to herself. If a spider could sigh, that's what a spider would look like. Like, just kind of just looking at you with those creepy green 8 eyes, and maybe shaking her head. You can't quite tell. There's some disappointment that radiates from her form. Pretty strong disappointment, but regardless.
Now the question is, how much sound did this actually make? Broke the cart and stuff like that.
That's the best part.
Yes, I noticed your sneaky rolling.
So as all this is going on, there's the loud mushroom explode. The mushroom explodes not too loudly, just kind of went. It was the pain of the impact and the pain of the fiery burning sensation in your lungs that kind of had you expel some sound of pain, and there's the bright light that had emanated from Kasov's hands that has made you a little more detectable. Because after the spell subsides, after the light fades from the spell, there is a sound that comes out from, as if something is rising from a body of water, towards the direction of the river. You see what looks like a lobster-like entity, like the biggest lobster you have probably ever seen. There are actually two of them that rise up from the water. I have to get back to tokens, and I have to actually put the other one there. Perfect.
Hwinnil is here.
Yep. I gotta get to the page. That's not it. Looks like it, though. There we go. Oh, boy. There is this large lobster-like entity. Unlike a lobster, it has its two claws raised above itself with its compatriot. The legs seem significantly longer. And when you look at this creature more closely, it's part of itself is out of the water, and there's a lot more. There's a lot more to it. There are these tendrils coming out of its face. And there is a very, very intense look coming, a very hungry look coming from the pair of them. I would like everyone at this point to roll initiative. I will roll initiative for these guys. If you want to try to figure out what they are, I am going to need an Arcana check from you. Alright, so let me get this out.
Yes, I know exactly. They are not humans.
They are not demons, as far as you can tell.
Well, you're not wrong.
They're probably not demons. So Kasov, Acros, Ramas, and Hwinnil. Please
I had to
roll.
roll custom because of different decks in this form. So
That's fine.
16.
So 16. So I'll put you on there. Hwinnil is at 16. And the lobster-like creatures will go at... Where is your dex? Alright. Wow. They rolled a 1. The giant lobsters rolled a 1.
So I have something in common with them.
You do have something in common with them. And they don't have any bonuses to dexterity. Ramas will actually go before Hwinnil because I think he has higher
I
dexterity.
have 20 dex.
Yeah, I have 16 in spider form.
Okay. So Ramas will go first after being freshly cured. Arcana. They just look like giant lobsters to you guys. You haven't seen these creatures before. So Ramus, what are you gonna do after just being freshly cured from your mushroom-like disease?
I'm going to dive behind the body of this enormous mushroom, make a stealth check.
Okay.
Before I do that, I'm going to yell, "Oh God, they're the ugliest turtles ever!" And once I've dove into cover, I'm going to make a sneak attack
Okay.
against whichever one's closer.
Okay. One sec. Oh, I see. Ramus, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
You're still wearing your brooch, right?
The brooch, the shielding
Brooch
thing?
of shielding, yes.
Yeah, that one. Yes.
Force damage and magic missile. Yep.
All right. I'm just making note of that. I have to check something real quick.
Uh-oh.
And you are 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, 5. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 80 feet. And this. Okay. All right. Go ahead and roll sneak attack. So 19 will hit. And is that with sneak attack damage or without?
Yep.
Okay. So which one do you want to hit? The closer one or the one just slightly behind it?
Closer one.
Okay. All right. So you notch your bow, and there is this loud shrieking sound as you catch one of the lobsters between the plates of its form. It looks in your direction, and it seems to. There's this look of recognition in its eyes, in its beady little black eyes, and it's now just staring in your direction. Hwinnil.
Alright, I will make a web attack against the one in the back.
Okay.
And I have +5 to that, so
Okay.
I don't know, 10.
Unfortunately, so the web attack on it's a giant spider, right?
Yeah. Do I get any bonus because it's giant?
Um,
No, never mind. I mean, I heard wrong. Yeah, I'm a giant spider. I need to hit it to actually get the effect.
Okay. Yep. So unfortunately, it does not hit. The weapon can also be attacked, destroyed, or okay. So these things are a lot more nimble than you thought you gave them credit for, and it just kind of sees what's coming and just swiftly dodges out of the way of your attack. Would you like to move at all?
Yeah, I skitter away to the back.
All right. Kasov.
Yes, I'm holding my shield and my warhammer, but I just go up to here, and as long as I'm not interrupted up to there, I then cast Sacred Flame on the one that's closer,
Okay.
and has a
Dex save.
not much damage. There's Dex save.
He does not make the Dex save, so he takes 1 point of radiant damage.
Solid.
You guys are fine. The radiant strikes in the middle, dead center of this thing's chest, but doesn't do that much damage. I mean, the flame wasn't that big when you conjured it. It was yeah. Acros, what's up? Would you like to jump over a mushroom?
Yeah, before the end of my turn, I take a step back and say to Acros, I don't trust the water.
Yeah, I don't either.
Oh, heavy armor in the water. This is gonna work out great.
Yeah, I'm gonna just walk to the lip of the cave and ready in action to strike anything that tries to get up here.
These
my
guys
sword.
look big. Even under the water, like half of their form is still under the water. These creatures are easily larger than you are. And you're gonna ready. Are you going to ready when they come up to you? Do you have a trigger?
Just when they're within reach of me. When they come up to me at the edge of the mine.
Okay. So this guy is going to slowly make his way up to you, getting about in your face. He wants to get in your face. So you can
Perfect.
attack can trigger if you wish.
Okay.
Okay. Easily you cut off several of its tendrils protruding from his face. Sorry. So this one's that. So you do an additional, easily striking him, and there is this black ichor that drips from the new wounds on that came from his mouth area. He didn't like that. He didn't like that at all. So he is going to. Okay. He is going to make 2 pincer attacks in your direction. The first hit is going to be only a 16 versus armor class.
That misses.
And the other one is going to be an 11 versus armor class. As these large pincers go trying to grab your form, but your new dragon bone armor deflects them rather easily. The other one is going to... The other one is going to squeeze by that mushroom. The mushroom is going to... Let's see. NG. I need to see something really quick. That's an E. That's a cool. God. I don't know. I don't know how the alphabet works apparently. Because I was just on that page and it's not here anymore. There we go. Okay, perfect. So he climbs over the mushroom, with, triggering it without, and it seems to not affect him at all. So 1, 2, 3.
Does it affect Kasov or Acros that stands next to it?
Yeah, that's the thing. It does. He's gonna double move, but he can only get to up here. And that's his turn. So I need Kasov and Acros to both make Constitution saving throws. As this, not on purpose, but as this creature barrows through the mushroom, without seeming to be affected by it. Actually, for Kasov, please make a Constitution saving throw. You got special. You should be able to get advantage with poison, right?
Yes, I have advantage on saves against poison.
Okay.
And poison resistance, so half damage on a fail.
All right. So unfortunately, your advantage didn't really work. But you only take half on a fail, so you only take 4 points of poison damage, and unfortunately, I need you to roll a d12 plus your Constitution score.
Okay. Constitution score.
Yep,
okay.
Just straight score. All right. You feel you start to see the hives appear on your hand. Not as quickly as Ramas's affliction, but they're starting to form. Your dwarven constitution staves some of it back, but unfortunately, the fire is starting to. The fire sensation is starting to. You start to feel the fire sensation in your lungs, and you start to realize, oh no, this is the same type of affliction that Ramas and Arantho just had. Acros, you only take 4 poison damage as well. You are able to stave off the disease affliction coming from this spore. Okay, that's their turn. So we are back at the top with Ramas. Ramas, you see a cloud of spores just form around and encase Acros and Kasov.
Nope. Rebs is gonna move right away from that and try and hide behind this rotting old cart.
Okay.
And he's gonna do another sneak attack to the one who just burst a who's it? Burst a mushroom.
Yeah, that's this guy
That's
right
more
here.
like it.
All right. You let go of the arrow, and it flies through the air, and get the arrow sticks into one of its um, chinks in its chitinous armor, taking that much damage, and it it looks in your direction. It's not happy at all. Well, no, you see a spore cloud burst after that giant lobster traversed the lip of that, uh, the connection where the river and the mine meet. What would you like to do? They both look about the same off, by the way. Both look
Alright.
quite injured, equally injured.
Can this thing reach Acros?
What? Not where it is. Where? Yes, it could actually. It's that big.
Then I actually rush up to it and try to attack it
Okay.
as a spider.
Thankfully, the spore cloud only stays instantaneously before going to the ground, so you are fine.
I fumble.
Okay. And as you lunge towards this creature and take you try, instead of getting a softer part, you accidentally get a hold of its pincer. And it just kind of, if a lobster could backhand a spider, it kind of tears itself out of your mouth or incisors, and kind of just does this sort of pincer-like backhand in your direction, shoving you off it. Would you like to move? Are you happy where you are?
I used my move to move forward. So no, I don't. I won't move away to get an attack opportunity.
Okay, Kasov.
All right. Well, as I'm coughing and cursing in Dwarven, I step forward with my warhammer into the fray and attack.
Okay.
Where's my? Here I am. And I actually have, since I'm poisoned, I have disadvantage on any attack rolls, right? I just looked in the player's handbook. It's at like page 290 something.
Yes, so you are considered poisoned. Yes, you do have. That is true.
So
I should have.
I have disadvantage. No worries. I have disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks.
That's fine. Unfortunately, the hammer just glances off the chitinous material of this creature, finding no purchase. But you got its attention. It's looking at you, and the other one's looking at Acros. It doesn't pay attention to Hwinnil. Kind of just, backhand the spider, so it doesn't seem very concerned about the giant spider in front of it. Acros, what's up?
All right, I'm gonna take another swing at the one that I hit.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
All right. Just aiming for that same spot, you just go in again, and there is a resounding crack, as you see, you have made a larger wound, from its side with this again black ichor just pouring out, and you go and doesn't look very happy with you at all. And it will, at this point, do you wish to move, or you like being the shield between everybody else?
I think I'm gonna stay here, but I think I might use let's see here. Use menacing strike. Whoops, I rolled twice.
That's fine. We'll take the first one. Okay, and he is going to roll a wisdom check as you grit your teeth and look as menacing as possible at this entity. Wisdom. I rolled a 1. So it is now frightened of you, meaning he can't get any closer to you, but he's literally in your face.
Yeah, I think he has disadvantage on attacks against me.
I
if he's
believe he
frightened.
does as well. I'm just looking real quick. That's equipment. That's targets. That's spells. I don't want to know about spells. I just want to know about frightened, which is right, or it was right there. Frightened.
I found it. I can
Yep.
I can throw it.
Yeah,
in
page
chat.
290. I
290.
think. Yeah.
I just threw it in the chat.
Okay, cool. Disadvantage, has disadvantage, fear, attack rolls, can't willingly. Okay. Alright, so he's gonna attack you, but he's gonna attack you with disadvantage then.
Perfect.
You know, trying to strike you blindly, trying to look away from you, from your menacing presence. It will roll the 5 and miss you completely. The other one, which is right in front of Kasov, will make his. Actually, that was one attack. He gets multiple attacks. So the next one, yeah, he rolled a 1. His claw just embeds itself into the soft earth beneath it, just completely missing you. Kasov, you are the target of attack of the other one next to it. So first roll is that, second roll is that. Alright, so the first roll is a 20 to hit,
That'll hit.
and the second roll is only a 15 to hit.
That won't.
Alright, so he grabs you with one of his claws. You take 7. You take 11 points of bludgeoning damage as the pincer. These edges are serrated, but they have some, like, they're not very sharp, so they're pretty blunt. As it grabs you, and you are now considered grappled at this point.
Okay.
You can escape on your turn. Let's see. So now that he has you grappled, you see the tendrils in front of you get closer to your face. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw for me, please. All right, you are good. That same black ichor that you see, there seems to be some toxic qualities to it, and as it attempts to enter your bloodstream after the tendrils seem to grab around your wrist, you're able to stave it off. So that's fine. Okay. The other one doesn't want to get closer to you. So maybe he'll turn towards somebody else. Okay. Looking fearful of you, Acros, you see that the eyes of the creature look at the not so intimidating dwarf next to you.
Whoops.
Just FYI. And then we're back to Ramas.
All right. So, I'm gonna take another shot at the intimidating one.
Okay.
I'll hide first, and then take a shot at the intimidating one. I'm not gonna bother shouting at them this time.
Okay.
Ooh, do I succeed in hiding? With a 12?
When you look to see if the creature seems to take notice to you, one of its eyes is focused on Acros, the other is focused on your direction.
Oh, damn. Okay. So I don't get advantage, but I do get sneak attack. So.
Okay.
Don't need advantage.
You don't need advantage anyways. Working on the same wound, you can see that Acros has made very good progress in just cutting and breaking this section of armor on this creature. It's really not happy at this point. Okay. And is that your turn?
Yep.
All right.
There's not really anything else you can do.
Okay. Hwinnil?
How hurt are they now?
The one next to Acros looks pretty hurt. It cannot take probably if Acros lands a couple more solid hits on it, it probably won't be alive for much longer. The one closer to you and Kasov, he looks hurt, but not too badly hurt.
I try to attack him anyway, because
Okay.
I don't think I can get around. 14?
Unfortunately, the chitinous armor on these guys are really, really tough. It's really hard to get like a hold onto them. You think you almost did this time, but it's not quite there.
Spiders are not good at fighting.
Spiders against lobsters are not really a good combination. These not really too good. If you're not gonna move, Kasov?
Yeah, I'm just gonna try to escape the grapple.
Okay.
Is that a...
I need you to make a... Would you like to use Dex, or would you like to use Strength?
I'll be using my strength to really
Okay.
push me out. So is that like a... Do I click on strength like a ability check?
You would use Athletics, and there
Athletics.
is a certain
Okay.
DC that you have to hit.
Okay. I will try.
Unfortunately, like this lobster has a really, really good hold on you, and as you try to push yourself, push the pincers away from your body, but your hands can't seem to find a good grip to do so. You're still stuck in this guy's grasp. You could still attack him if you wish.
Oh, I can attack while grappled?
Yeah, it doesn't... Attacking you...
Oh yeah, my speed is just 0.
Yeah,
okay.
your speed is like, you can't really move
and
away.
And when I try to do the escape, that doesn't count as an action?
Let me double check. Grapple, your speed becomes 0, you're, considered... the condition ends if you're incapacitated. The condition ends if you're hurled away with like a thunderous. So it doesn't say anything about not being able to attack or anything. You don't get disadvantage or anything like that, it seems.
Okay. Then I will definitely be attacking too.
All right. You hit it in the face with your hammer. It's that is so yeah, it's about that much. And it kind of just shakes his head and just glares at you. Like there's this guttural emotion of some sort, but you're not. It looks like frustration. But you cannot move. So Acros, your dwarf friend is currently grappled, being tossed around like a rag doll.
Yeah, I'm a little worried about him. So I'm gonna use rally as a bonus action.
Okay.
So, Kasov, hang in there, buddy. So you get 7 temporary hit points,
Fantastic.
and then I'm gonna try to finish off the one that I was attacking.
Okay. Again, you are just cutting this thing down. You keep on focusing on the same place you've been hitting it with a whack, and then another whack, and it's holding up pretty well still, but you start seeing in its movements, it starts to stagger a little bit. Its footing isn't as great as it was, but he is going to.
Also, he's no longer frightened of
Okay.
me. That ends at the end of my turn.
All right, and
My
now.
next turn after it happens.
All right, and then he just looks at you with all the hate in the world, and he attempts to try to grab you. Again with those pincers. All right, I rolled an 8 on the first attack, but I rolled a 20 on the next one. So I'm going
That'll
to
do it.
assume that 14 doesn't hit your armor class.
Nope.
So roll these. 9 times 2. So you take 22 points of bludgeoning damage as
Ouch.
he finds Peter's armor is good. It's been protecting you very well during this combat, but it just finds a place where during your excursion where the bone has slightly been cracked, he finds that place where the same place where there's a crack in the armor and just goes for your torso, and you feel constricted. You are considered grappled. I need you to roll a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Those tendrils try to wrap around your throat. There are slight barbs at the end, and there's something that tries to seep into your bloodstream, but you're able to stave it off by sheer force of your Constitution. The other one, who still has you in its clutches, Kasov, is going to attempt to just use the pincer and try to just slam you onto the ground. The 7's probably not going to hit, but does a 20 hit your armor class?
Oh, yep.
All right.
Yes, it does.
It only does 9 points of bludgeoning damage this time. Please roll Constitution with advantage. With advantage, you succeed. Again, you feel the barbs prick your skin, but for a moment you try. It takes your concentration to just stave off the poison, just to will it away.
And one thing that I just noticed, actually, I just looked this up. If I'm grappled, I actually am not supposed to be able to attack.
Really?
So you can probably take those 6 hit points back. Hate to mention it, but to be fair, I'm not allowed to attack.
All right, that's fine. Acros, you continue to see your friend next to you start getting pummeled. There's tentacles around him coming from this thing's throat. It's been just slamming him onto the ground a few times. Ramas, it's your turn. Your friends are taking a beating.
Yeah, I'm pretty bloodied up, actually. Yep.
Ramas? Mute?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, muted. Alright, I'm gonna shoot the one that's grappling Kasov.
Okay.
Because I don't like it when tentacles attack my friends.
Mhm.
That's not a good thing.
Usually not. And he's the one who cured you, too.
Yeah. Get off! Oh my god. The stealth rolls are just not going my way.
You yell off, "Get off of my friend!" And
I guess that blows my stealth chance, but whatever. Oh, I could have actually used the advantage! Oh.
Ting, 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 ting. Your arrow clatters onto the ground after it attempts to strike the claw that has Kasov's in its grip.
Damn it. Alright. That's the end of my turn. Actually, you know what? I'll move up a bit.
Okay.
That's the end of my turn.
All right, Hwinnil.
I wonder, is it possible for me to climb up on top of the lobster?
So
Like jump to its face so it has to like notice me? Like senpai notice me?
Senpai, please notice me. You could probably skitter. So there is a wall over here. You could probably skitter around and try to climb on it if you wish.
Yeah, I wanted to like drop. My intention is for it to drop the claw Kasov and maybe attack me.
Okay.
So I tried to skitter around and I jumped down and I tried to bite him in the face.
Okay. Roll a. It's a really big creature too. Roll for your bite attack. I will say that you could probably land on the giant lobster, but on his turn he might try to throw you off.
Yeah, that's
just FYI. All right. Unfortunately, that just misses.
No,
The
I thought
spider.
14
You are
was
so
just...
close. If you have anything at all, you'll probably be able to hit. But
maybe I have back attack because I'm on top of me.
So Kasov, you see Hwinnil in spider form skitter onto the wall to the side and just leap off the wall onto the giant lobster. Giant lobster is now looks rather confused and pissed and not sure what it should do. Kasov, since you can't attack, you can try to escape from the creature.
Yes, I'm gonna try to escape.
Yep. Please escape. Alright, you are able to escape. You land into an adjacent square next to the creature. You are fine for the most part. He seems to be kind of occupied because there is a giant spider on its face.
Yes, and once I fall, I guess I used my action to escape, but I can still use a bonus action.
Yeah, you can use a bonus action if you wish.
Okay, and I'm gonna shout out healing word on myself.
Okay. Recover those 8 hit points. Okay, cool. Acros, you are currently grappled.
Yep. I'm gonna try to escape as well, if
Alright.
I can. Uh-oh.
Unfortunately, you run into the same problem. It has a vice grip on you. Unfortunately, it's just too much. And you can't quite get the leverage you need to just get out. So you will continue to be grappled by this creature.
Okay. I'm gonna use a bonus action for second wind if I can while grappled.
That you can do.
I'm not. Okay, cool.
As it now, with you grappled, will again try to... It's not that smart, so I'm going to roll to see what's the likelihood. Alright, so I'm going to see which way he's going to swing you. Okay. So he decides to try to swing you, taking its claw and just trying to just slam you onto the ground twice. I can't roll against you. I rolled a 2 and an 8.
Yay.
So it tries to slam you down first, but your feet prevent him from having you fully impact the ground the way he wanted you to. He tries to slam you into Kasov, but unfortunately he just, made it looks like he miscalculated and just slams you onto the ground into like a pile of like soft earth. So that doesn't do anything to you either. The other one, which has now Hwinnil on its face, is going to attempt to grab the spider on its face with 2 pincer attacks. Rolling a... I have a 16 and I have a 17 together. Hwinnil.
I was a bit distracted. Can you repeat that?
16 and 17 armor class.
My armor class.
Well, whatever your armor class is currently, yes.
Yeah, let's see. It's 14.
Alright, so arachnids are rather, in comparison to this creature, are rather delicate. So between the thorax and the main body, it's able to grab you, and it will try to slam you onto the ground. You are now considered grappled by this creature, by the way.
Okay.
I also need you to make a Constitution saving throw. Wait,
Sure.
spiders, are they immune to poison?
No, it doesn't say that. I guess
Okay.
I would be immune to spider poison, but not all poison.
Alright, so unfortunately this is a different type of poison you are dealing with
Let's
this
see.
creature. Oh boy. So...
I think my spider fails its constitution.
Okay. 8... Wait, actually, 12. So you take in total 20 points of damage, bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And you are poisoned. Therefore, the poison that seeps into your body, you feel it starting to seize your limbs. You are considered paralyzed until you can save from the poison each round. It doesn't do any extra damage to you, but you are considered paralyzed for the moment.
Okay.
So this is round 1. Okay. Ramas, now there is a giant spider in the claws of this lobster creature who you see struggles for a short amount of time, and then when you see the tendrils wrap around one of the spider's legs, you see the spider just freeze up completely.
No, spider friend.
How does it work if I revert form? Is the poison inside me or is it inside the form?
I would say the poison is inside you.
Okay.
I will shoot the one that is grappling spider friend.
Okay, shoot the one that's... Okay! Alright, so... Definitely doesn't see you this time around. So the one that is hurting spider friend... where is... There we go. Plus 21. You're able to strike it right into its mouth area with the tendrils. There is now an arrow sticking out of the tendril area of this creature as it, is thrashing Hwinnil around. Yeah, these guys are very hurt right now. And Hwinnil, I need you to make several checks.
Several checks.
Well, 2, just 2, only 2. First, I would like you to make a Constitution saving throw.
11.
Unfortunately, your limbs are still seized up. Since you are paralyzed, technically, you automatically fail save and dexterity throws. So you are at the mercy of this creature currently. Kasov, what's up?
All right. Now, right now, I see that Hwinnil in spider form is still stuck in the grasp of this creature.
And she does not appear to be moving of her own volition. She's kind of freezed up. It looks like.
Okay, I see. All right. Well, I'm gonna at least. I'm gonna use a bonus action to yell out a healing word at her, give her some hit points.
Okay.
So that's for Hwinnil, and then swing my warhammer at this huge creature.
Okay. All right, you find purchase. You.
Oh! I'm sorry. I'm poisoned, so I have disadvantage on that.
Okay. You do not find purchase on this creature as it kind of goes. It's nothing. Nothing's hitting hard enough. Hi, Acros. What's up?
Hey.
Hey.
I'm just yelling "wee," getting like flung around.
This is
So-
Acros. Whee!
Yeah.
Ah! This is fun.
Just landing on soft dirt. You know. All right, I'm gonna try to escape.
Okay.
Shit.
Whee!
Actually, could I use my action surge and try to escape again?
Are you able to do that?
Actually, I don't know if I should, because if I escape, I'm still just there, and I can't do anything else. So I want to use that when I can use it on an attack. I think so. Yeah, I'm just gonna, enjoy the ride.
Okay. All right. That seems good. That's good. All right. Oh, lobster. Eee. Okay, Acros. Give me the Constitution saving throw as you feel
Okay.
tendrils. Oh, jeez. I only rolled a 17 and an 11 to hit you.
Those both miss.
Even though you are grappled, it doesn't grant advantage towards you, so it's more like wee foop, wee foop. It's a rather padded ride. The other one with Hwinnil, it's going to be a little harder to deal with. So since you are paralyzed, any attack that hits the creature is a critical hit. If the attacker is within 5 feet of the creature, you are on top of the creature. Alright, so let's see if we can hitch. And they get advantage because you are paralyzed as well. Alright, so I rolled a 10 and a 2. I hit on a 14, right? So one of those attacks hits. The next creature misses completely. I rolled a 1 and a 7. 13 does not hit your armor class. However, the first attack hit is considered a 1. It's considered a critical hit. So you only take... Wow. 3 plus... You only take 14 points of damage. I rolled a 1 and a 2. So doubled. You take 10 points of damage. As he bludgeons you to the ground, and you are still grappled, unfortunately, because of things. Okay, Ramas. Hey.
Take a wild guess.
Yep, you're hiding.
Yep. I mean, it's all I can do in combat, so...
You're good at it.
Yep, oh, holy shit!
Alright. Which one are you hitting? The one with Hwinnil?
Sure.
Alright.
We'll fight for Spider Friend again.
Alright. Alright, so you shoot your arrow. Going for the eye this time. And the arrow pierces the creature's eye and goes partway into its head. The creature falls limp, releasing its grasp on Hwinnil, and lays there without moving.
Dum dum dum.
Dun dun dun. Oh, Hwinnil, now make your Constitution saving throw, since if Ramas doesn't want to move. You make your Constitution saving throw. You are no longer paralyzed, and there is a dead giant lobster in front of you.
Nice.
Nice.
Unfortunately, that's your turn.
Okay.
Kasov! Hey!
Hey, okay.
Your friend is going for a ride. Whee!
Yes, I'm gonna.
He looks
Gonna
like he's
just-
having fun.
Well, okay. then, well, I after I see this, see the other lobster collapse, and Hwinnil break free of the grasp, I turn my attention to the other lobster and attack.
Okay.
And at disadvantage.
You still hit. So you try to find a way not to hit Acros as he's having the time of his life riding the lobster claw. And you're able to just kind of boink it on the head. Still alive though. And the boink did something, but not as much as you'd hope. Acros, what's up?
All right, let's see if I can get out of this claw.
Maybe you don't want to get up.
Nope. Whee!
Whee! Whee! Okay. After its
And
friend
that's it.
dies, he's gonna, seeing that he's a little outnumbered, you see there's a person in the shadows, there's a dwarf next to him. He is going to attempt to drag you into the water. He's moving away, so Kasov, you are able to get a free swing at him if you wish.
Awesome. I will. Still at probably disadvantage, so no good.
Oh boy. Okay. So if I need to if I'm going to drag you, you are grappled. You are. Okay. He's gonna try to forcibly move you into the water, Acros. I need you to roll a opposing strength check with me.
Okay.
Alright, and his strength is... Alright. Unfortunately, he rolled an 18 against you. So you are slowly finding yourself pulled into water. He can only move at half speed, so... 1, 2, 3. So you're here.
It's a water ride now.
The water is about maybe where he has... So I gotta look how getting you in the water works. So I'm looking for the drowning condition. Drink, drop, water combat.
I think it's you can hold your breath equal to 3, number of rounds equal to 3 plus your con mod.
I think that's right, but I'm just gonna double check here. Maybe it's underwater combat. Upper planes, unseen, underwater combat, sea, underwater combat. What? Really? Sea, under combat. Okay, so combat. Hi, French fry. How are you? Combat down, combat shape. Underwater, 198. Because these things happen. Underwater. Making a movie. Has an variation roll. Creatures okay. And holding your breath. It was what? David.
I just actually found the rule.
Okay.
So a creature can hold its breath for a number of minutes equal to 1 plus its con modifier.
All right. So how many minutes can you hold your breath, Acros?
That would be 4.
All right. So
1
you'll
plus
be okay for a while. However, if you were to make a melee attack, since you don't have a magic or natural swimming speed, it would be disadvantage unless your weapon was a dagger, javelin, short sword, spear, or trident. But you have resistance to fire damage since you're under the water. That's something.
I think I already had that, right?
Yeah, you already
With
have that. So
Yeah. So
Yeah, you're
good for
okay.
nothing.
You're all right. Um, but it's now attempting to drag you into the water. Ramas, you see your friend disappear over the lip of the um entrance to the river.
No, Armor Man. I'm gonna run up.
Are all your like compatriots like named for like Mega Man-esque enemies, Armor Man, and I don't think you
No,
think.
I'm kind of coming up with these on the spot. Um, damn. 14 hit?
Unfortunately, 14 does not hit.
Oh, wow.
The water, the creature is submerged, as well as you shoot into the water. It's really dark in there. It's kind of murky. Hwinnil, you just saw Acros and Giant Lobster disappear into the dark water.
Well, with my superior blind sight, I follow in the water and swim like spiders are naturally able to do.
Oh God. Okay.
I don't think spiders can swim.
Maybe it's a water spider. I don't know.
You go into the water. You're kind of floating on top. You're quite light, but you can see your friends in the dark water. You can see Acros's outline. Would you like to attack the other giant outline?
Yeah, can I with blindside like find the talon that holds him and attack that, or is that too specific?
I'm gonna say you can. You have dark vision as well, so if you're in the water, you can see them.
Yeah, I tried to bite that claw to bite it off
Okay, go for it.
because that's how hard I bite.
Remember, it's a melee attack. It's underwater. You have disadvantage.
Okay. First roll and second roll, and I think I not pierce the thing.
Nope. Hi, French fry. No. Unfortunately, your jaws are not strong enough, and plus, there's a lot of water in the way, so you do get some water in your mouth, like. Unfortunately, it's not enough.
I tried to like skitter on top of it.
Okay, all right. You can. I'll let you roll if you want to like kind of be mostly on near the surface. I'll let you roll in acrobatics to see if you can try to balance yourself on there. Kasov, your friend just disappeared into the water.
Yeah, I'm gonna also jump in after.
All right, the
and-
water is definitely higher than you are, but you hold your breath. You have dark vision. You see his form. He wasn't too far away from where he was original. He was just dragged in. Would you like to attack with disadvantage?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, maybe you'll be lucky. Unfortunately, there's this water. It's like you are not used to swinging your hammer in water, so the momentum kind of stops as you get to a creature himself.
Okay.
Acros, would you like to make another
I
escape
would.
roll?
Yes. I'm not having so much fun underwater.
All right,
There we
you are
go.
able
Hey!
to escape from the creature's clutches.
Yay.
Yay! Do you want to take a bonus action?
I think now I might use my action surge.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just the class ability. One additional action. Do I still have my weapon, like, in my hand?
You still have your
Or-
weapon. He didn't
okay,
make you
alright.
drop your weapon. You
So-
kept a pretty tight hold on it.
Perfect.
With disadvantage, unfortunately, that will not be enough. You also are not very adept at swinging away in water, and the momentum just kind of tapers off as the sword kind of goes like, with this watery thunk next to its head.
Okay.
All the new targets around him. he will go for 2, 4, 6. Hwinnil,
Yes.
a claw launches itself out of the water, attempting to grab onto your body. With a 17 and a 19 to hit the armor class.
Both hit.
Please roll Constitution. As you feel as it takes a grip on you, it tries to wrap its tendrils around your face. Okay! Alright. You are fine. You are not paralyzed. But you do take... You do take 23 points of damage as both of the pincers, one on your lower body, the one on your upper body, squeeze on you.
Did you say 23?
23 points of...
But this is not even my final form, I said. Back to Hwinnil.
Alright, so you would revert back to your normal form.
With 6 damage overflowing.
Okay. There is still a giant lobster clutching you. But, you know, it's alright. It's alright. Ramas, what's up? There is these 2 claws that launch up from the water, squeezing on Hwinnil's spider form. There is a temporary time, and then Hwinnil reverts back into Druid form in front of your eyes.
What? What happened to you? How did you turn into the elf? I don't understand.
Yeah, you have something saying in the water like about.
I don't know what's going on, so I'm just gonna shoot the ugly turtle.
Okay. Shoot the ugly turtle.
Story
You're
of my
hiding
life.
from the ugly turtle.
And then I'm gonna shoot it.
Okay, then you shoot the ugly turtle. Alright, the ugly turtle releases its hold on Hwinnil, and its body sinks like a stone into the water.
Nice shot.
Yay.
You can get a closer look at these entities now if you wish to, look at it more or something. But yeah, combat is over for the moment. Kasov, you have 24 hours to live,
Okay.
by the way.
That's long enough.
Just beat it up. Do you still have another remove disease, or?
I do. I can do it on myself if I need to. I do have one more.
I can do it also if you want to save one of your spells.
Okay. Yeah, because that would be my last level 2 spell.
Yeah, so I go up to you, like coughing some water out of my lungs, but after that I cast, let's see where I have it.
Okay.
Yeah, and apparently we got no description of it, but it does the same thing.
Yep, I gotcha. Thank you.
Yeah. How does people look? How hurt do people look?
I'm pretty bloodied up.
I'm looking pretty bad too.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
all of you guys are doing better than me because I didn't get grappled or anything.
Actually, no. I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay.
I turn to Acros and I move over to him. I lay my hands on you and I cast. Let's see where I have that spell. For some reason it was harder to find. Okay, here. Description, cast spell. So you get 7 HP.
All right. Thank you.
And I guess you still look shit, so I give you one more.
Perfect.
Now you get
Nice.
10.
Thank you. Looking much better now.
Good. How did you look, Kasov? Did you look good or bad?
I've recovered. I've recovered pretty well actually. So not too bad. Not too bad.
And Ramas, did you look fine? Because you never got grappled.
Yeah, I'm on 16 hit points out of 28, but I'm fine.
I gave you one anyway.
Oh, okay. Thanks.
All right. Taking a look at these creatures, they do look like giant lobsters. Uh, let's see. They are greenish in color. Their tendrils were red. Um, you guys can loot them if you want.
Yeah.
Sure. Let's
Yeah,
loot
I'll
the
try
ugly
to-
turtles.
Try to drag them to shore or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
See
Drag them out of the water
Yeah, I want to
first.
see if I can extract the poison because it seems like it's very effective.
It is
Yeah.
very effective. You noticed several times during the fight that, especially coursing through your veins, that you were quite paralyzed, with it. I will say harvesting the poison gland will be a nature check.
I'll help.
If you
Do I
help,
roll one for each pincer or?
so the poison gland is in the mouth area, coming
Okay.
from the tendrils, from the mouth area. It looks kind of like a Cthulhu head almost, but the tendrils are a different color. So with Kasov's help, I'll let you roll advantage for each roll. There would be 2 poison glands because of the 2 creatures. But you'd have to take it out to see how many doses worth each gland that would give you, how many arrows you can use for it. So you could go ahead and roll advantage on nature.
19
Okay.
and 11.
All right. With the 19, you are able to easily extract the poison gland from one almost perfectly, from this creature. The poison gland, in comparison to the rest of its body, looks about the size of, maybe about 2 of your fists put together. Yeah, about that big. You reckon you can get, probably easily, maybe 10 doses for 10 arrows worth of that poison. The other gland, unfortunately, you take it out. It's pretty damaged. This one was the one that you landed on its head, so it's taken a few blows to the noggin. The gland is damaged. You probably can only get maybe 3 doses from this gland. It's just mangled, unfortunately. The DC for the poison on this, for this creature is, and since you've experienced this, you can tell what it does. It paralyzes. It doesn't damage, it paralyzes. And the DC for it is, that's not what it was. Let's see there. Is actually a 13 Constitution save for this poison. And it lasts in combat for a while. Given how long you suffered under it, it easily lasted for you probably like 18 seconds, but you have the feeling that it could last for longer if given the time. But eventually you think if it had stayed in your system, you would been able to stave it off after a little bit. Even without the remove the poison spell, you think it doesn't last for too long.
I see.
Yep. But it's pretty good in combat for like the temporary paralyzer. While searching the corpses, you find that this creature has eaten its fair share of humanoids. You were able to find in its stomach partially digested digits from some type of creature, probably humanoid in some shape. There are bits of clothing and harder stones in its gullet, maybe kind of acting sort of like a gizzard type mechanism to grind down its food. You are able to find, there we go. And these were challenge rating. There. Okay. So roll on that table. Oh, wow. I roll all the time. Oh. Wow. Shit. Really? You find 5 platinum pieces in the
Nice.
stomach of this creature. Because I decided, my dice decided to roll rather high for you guys. You find 5 platinum pieces worth.
I guess these guys have expensive taste.
Very expensive grinding gizzard
Oh,
mechanism.
that's awful.
Oh god. Sticking your hand inside the stomach area of these 2 individuals yourself, you are able to pull out a. Where is it? Oh, awesome. You are able to pull out a potion of water breathing, ironically, out of its stomach. Still very blue with flecks of what seems to be some sparkles in it. This liquid that with swirls of white intermingled with the blue. Wow. That's funny how that worked out. I just rolled from the Dungeon Master menu.
Quite appropriate.
Yep.
Good.
So
I like the story of someone who dying with a water breathing potion to like a water monster, and it's in their stomach.
Acros, do you have dark or do you have dim low light vision?
It's dark vision.
Okay, dark. Well, no, you had dark vision while you were in spider form as well. You 2 were in the water. While you 2 were in the water, you saw what you think were the remains of a wreckage at the bottom of the river. Some type of wooden wreckage.
Well,
How deep is the river?
yeah, how deep is it?
It is about 7 feet deep, in the middle.
Well, guys, I saw a wooden wreckage down there. Someone wanna pop that water breathing potion and go take a look?
I actually also have a water breathing potion, I say. Bring forth for mine. We could maybe go down and use it if it gets stressful, but maybe we can do it without using the potions.
How big was the wreckage? I mean, if it's only 7 feet deep, it can't be like a ship or something. It could be like a little boat, maybe.
It was long enough. Some of it was partially buried, it looks like. But it was about. You think it was about maybe. It was hard to tell without a really big, longer look. But you think maybe it was about 15 feet long?
Okay.
All right.
It was long enough to be a boat of some kind.
Interesting. Well, me, I'm not. I don't think I'm a good swimmer.
I can do it.
I
I would have played armor.
I'm
Yeah,
kind
how
of.
does swimming in armor work? Does it like
You would have disadvantage.
disadvantage? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I were to go down there, I am pretty strong. So if I were to take the potion of water breathing, I'd probably want to take off my armor to try to carry more stuff up, whatever I could find. But so I'm willing to dive in if you want me to.
Did Ramas just volunteer?
He
That
Maybe he
volunteered.
could go
was-
check it out first and
Yeah.
report back.
I mean, I have crap strength, but I wear light armor and I'm proficient in athletics, so
That works.
I'll do it. And I can hold my breath for a long ass time.
Okay.
All right, yeah, go ahead.
All right.
All right.
I can join you as well. I'm not afraid of water.
You should
I will
be.
make a running jump out towards the thing
Of course.
and dive in.
All right. Don't hit that mushroom next to you.
Gotcha.
Oh, I should just be mean and see if you roll a 1. But I'm not.
Not for like horizontal jumping. There's no roll required.
Yeah, just jump in. All right. You and Hwinnil, are you going along with him as well?
Yeah, I follow him. I don't
Alright.
trust that he won't get killed if he's alone.
All right. The water is not too quickly moving, so you go in with ease. So the way the wreckage will spot you when you get down to near the bottom of the river, holding your breath, there indeed looks like a partially buried, for lack of better terms, rowboat in the sediment of this river. The bottom is the bottom looks like there has been some damage to it. There is one in particular very large hole on the bottom, but it might take a few of you to get this thing out. It is partially buried in the sediment.
Okay.
That's
Alright.
what you two see.
Do we want to try and get it out all on our lonesomes, or
We could
can we
try.
like reach? It's upside down, right?
Yes, it is upside down.
Okay. So we can't just reach in and poke around.
It would be difficult to if you wanted to try.
I feel like there'll be some sort of thing under it trying to bite me if I do. So I don't trust it. Should we try and lift it up?
Yeah, we should try it.
All right.
Yeah.
I need athletic checks from both of you. Wow. All right.
Ooh.
Ramas, you're able to get part of it. You lift it a little bit. There doesn't. When you lift it, there are. Looks like a couple fish that dart out from beneath, underneath the boat. Doesn't look like anything too large. Well, no, you can't find a good grip on this thing. It's a little unwieldy. And Ramus, you lift it up, but it's gonna take a few more people to just get this thing out of here.
Can I like
it is
turn
possible,
it over?
though. I'll say you could turn it on its side. Yeah, I'll say you could turn it
Awesome.
on its side.
All right. I loot the boat.
You loot the boat.
If there's anything in it to loot.
Roll a perception check.
Do we both roll?
You both can roll. Ramus, you have low light vision.
I do.
It is almost pitch black here, but you still rolled like... Ah, jeez. What, Zach? Hate your rolls.
Sorry.
That's alright,
I'll
don't worry
try and
about it.
suck
Don't
more.
worry about it. I threw 2 really big things at you, so... You've earned it. You guys didn't die. That's nice. That's always very nice. Alright. Let's see how much... Alright, that's not bad. That's not too bad. Rummaging through the boat, you find left over in a sack 7 gold pieces.
Okay.
Okay. But yeah, you are able with Hwinnil to get the boat on its side. To get the boat out might actually take your entire party to help. It is a big boat. Ish. Rowboat. 15 feet.
Okay. I guess if there's nothing else in the boat, it's got a big hole in it, right?
Yeah, it has a big hole in it.
So we can't really use it to travel downriver or anything, can we? Unless somebody can fix it.
It's probably going to be hard. I guess the hole is kind of big. It's not just a small hole. It's like
So the size of the hole, when I say it's big, it's about maybe a foot, like 1.5 feet, or it's not large, like it's not like a huge gaping hole that you can swim into. It looks like a hole the size that could fit maybe a if you were to shove, I hate using this, if you were to shove like a kid into the boat, if you wanted to shove a kid into the boat, it's a crawl space about that big into the boat.
Do we have any kids lying around that we can just shove into a hole?
Does anybody have mending?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't write it down, but I'll double
Is
check.
that a cantrip?
let's see. I might have mending actually.
Mending's
I
a
think-
cantrip, yeah.
Cantrips.
Yeah, mending.
Yeah, I have mending.
Mending is a
Oh,
cantrip.
alright! Okay,
And
we
it's
can
also a
try
cleric
mending
cantrip
then.
too.
Is it small enough to mend?
Let me just take a look at the mending description. Minor
There might be
legion.
some wood lying around in these like boxes.
1
and
foot
something.
of any dimension.
Yeah, you can probably mend it with the spell. Whatever it doesn't mend, it'll be small enough to probably patch up with. You have seen broken crates in here that were left by the previous miners. Some of the wood might be serviceable. You also have wood that were part of maybe some of the mine carts as well. So wood in itself is not too hard to come by. It might take you a couple hours to find like decent pieces of wood to cover up the rest of the hole if you wish.
Alright.
Maybe drag up the boat first, and then.
Yeah. Let's do that. I'm gonna go back up for air before we do anything more with the boat.
Okay.
They were just
Yeah,
having that
that's a
entire
good idea.
conversation underwater.
Yeah. Okay.
While I do that, I'll yell at Kasov and Acros to come down, I guess. Help us get
Okay.
the boat out.
I think I actually tie the boat with rope I
Yes.
have, and then I bring up the rope so maybe can drag it up.
All right.
Yeah,
Oh, good idea.
I have a rope as well that can help too if we.
I also have rope. If
I
we need
also
it.
have rope.
Yeah.
We have 4 ropes. It's gonna be really strong and easy to pull up.
All right.
Yeah.
If you guys want to tie up the boat with an intricate rope pulling system, and if you guys are taking your time, I'd say you guys just have to roll like a strength check with advantage if all of you are assisting with pulling this boat out. Unless all of you were ones, I can't imagine this going horribly.
Okay.
There's always a chance.
7. So
Not
strong.
a great start.
All right, Kasov.
Come on.
It's a really heavy boat.
It's a really, really heavy boat.
We created some elaborate pulley mechanism and it just falls apart.
So what happens is, you, everybody tries to find strong enough structures to tie the ropes with, and you use some of the rocky structures to say, all right, if we pull, then the rocks, it kind of works like a ramp, and that kind of thing. So you get together with this elaborate plan, and you go 1, 2, 3, pull, and then while that's happening, someone in the back says 1, 2, 3, pull, or 1, 2 on 3, pull. So this synchronized pull. Some people fall over back into the water, others just fall on their behinds, and the boat doesn't look like it has moved an inch. Because it looks like the ropes kind of all snapped, being pulled into different directions.
Okay.
It is possible to get the boat out. You probably just have to coordinate a lot better than that.
Okay. Who around here is strong?
Maybe this time on 3 rather than on pull.
Okay.
I could also jump in, I guess, and just
Or-
Uh,
grab it while everyone else pulls on the rope. I don't know.
I can roll Hwinnil's athletics once again.
Okay.
For her. For
Yes.
roll. He's back. They're gonna try again, but this time it's 1, 2, 3 and pull, right? Instead of not sure being 1, 2, 3 pull or pull on 3. Your elaborate network of ropes came apart once it was being pulled in different directions.
1, 2, 3, pull.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. All right,
All
roll
right, here we
again.
go. Okay.
This time, Acros is positioned himself underneath the boat and helping you guys push. I'm gonna say you guys get the boat out awkwardly. Acros is trying to use his full weight to push the boat, and then he kind of just, after the boat is, lifted from his hands, he plops face first into the water. Ramas, after you pull, at that moment you kind of forget. Wait, was it 1, 2, 3 then pull, or 1, 2, 3 pull? And as you're thinking about this, there's this huge lurch from the other two as you fall. The rope snaps from your hand and you fall onto your side.
Ow.
But the boat is up. The boat is up.
Once again, inanimate objects are a downfall.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Maybe I should just have inanimate objects.
Yes.
I don't even have to have enemies at this point. It's just boats and doors and windows and heights. I think that will work for you guys. But you got the boat up. If you have mending, you can use mending on the wood if you wish. Okay.
I forgot to add a description.
The
So many mendings.
So many mendings. So many mendings. All right, so you repair the boat. It looks mostly closed up at this point. You might have to use some bits and pieces of residual wood around the area to make sure it's fully patched up, but it looks like it looks like it's serviceable. It doesn't look like it has been underwater too long. If you guys want to roll like an investigation or whatever to discern, maybe how long the boat was there or whatnot, then you're more than welcome to. But the boat looks serviceable. It looks like it will probably hold. It may be given a couple more hours of, not a couple more hours, like an hour of like repairing and making sure like the cracks have are sealed enough to hold the weight of your party.
Cool. Does it seem like a fairly simple boat, or do I see any markings? Anything interesting?
Roll investigation. I mean, some of the, if there was like paint on this, you know everything about this boat.
Oh yeah, of course.
Let's see. Let's see. It is a It looks like it was once probably similar to a boat you'd find on a lifeboat on a larger ship, like a schooner or a galleon. It's about that size. It doesn't appear to have any distinguished, discernible writing on it, any paint mark, like any names. Um, but it looks like it hasn't been here for that long. Given the nature of the cavern and the rate of decay, it may have been there for about 2 weeks. It's not long at all, actually.
Okay.
And it looks like the damage could have been caused by likely a bludgeoning force. Maybe one of those giant lobsters you guys had encountered just now.
Okay, I understand.
All right. Should we maybe explore the rest of the mine before taking a journey on a boat?
Sure.
If we're supposed to clear out the mine, we haven't really, cleared out every room.
Yeah, that's a good suggestion, Acros. I like that. That's a good point. And anyways, I don't really like water, so that sounds good to me.
Can I try and get past the big mushroom again into the small corridor?
The big mushroom at this point is a pieces of destroyed fungi on the floor. So
Oh,
that
awesome.
one's
Okay.
destroyed, and that one's destroyed, and that one's destroyed. So you could probably move a lot quicker and had not as hazardously over the remains of the mushroom. You have low light vision. Are you using? Does anybody have a light source right now?
Acros has my lantern.
Okay. All right.
I can cast light if you ask me to, but I have dark vision, so I don't need to. But I can if you want.
Maybe I should turn into spider again, by the way.
I could just follow behind with the lantern out.
Okay. You both look down that corridor. I need to get rid of that giant lobster. And I will reveal 1, 2, 3. You have dark vision up to 60 feet, Acros, right? As well?
Yep.
1,
Mhm.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The light shines, and it looks like it opens into a room at the end, and it just kind of fades into the darkness.
Shall we
I proceed
carry
down
on?
the corridor.
All right.
Sneakily.
All right. Roll stealth and roll perception for me, if you will, please.
I'm doing the stupid thing that simultaneous as they do that, I explore this corridor.
All right. This corridor, are you back in spider form, or are you yourself?
No, I actually try to sneak around in my normal form.
All right. A stealth, and if you're actively perceiving, a perception check as well. Okay, and there is this sound of rocks echoing down the corridor as you try to sneak along the side. You elves have. I keep on forgetting this. What's your vision? Low light?
Dark vision.
Dark vision? Alright. So you from there can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright. So, there is in front of you, looks like heaped upon in a big pile. Just ahead of you, there looks like a heap of what looks like bone in front of you.
That's not good.
There's just like a pile of discarded bones, it looks like.
Is there a door here?
There is a door here. It appears to be closed. Ramas, as you go up there, you enter the room, and this is... Acros is still... Acros, are you behind Ram? Like, are you... How far are you trailing behind him? Logan?
Oh, my fault. Yeah, I'm probably this distance, I guess. I'm not trying to stay right behind him.
Alright,
I haven't rolled stealth yet.
Alright. You get into this room looking around with whatever dim light is emanating from Acros. And it's an open room. It looks like there are a few crates in here. This room is a little unusual because there's right next, like very close to you, there is like a really, really big pile of massive bones of all different shapes and sizes. And there are a few skeletal remains of something that picked these bones clean. You'd have to get closer to the remains to, size them up, or the bone pile to look at them a little more closely to see, what kind of creatures may have been left in this bone pile.
I'm gonna move up closer and roll stealth. Just do it quietly. Not do it quietly.
Clang, clang. Behind you comes the sound of Acros Ramas coming up. You are not surprised at all by this. It's his approach.
Nope.
I'm following closely behind, and I guess I'll still try to be kind of quiet.
Okay.
Also with disadvantage.
It's not very quiet in this room anymore, Miss. Hwinnil, did you want to go down the corridor? Did you want to check out the door? What's up with you?
I want to, if I can, I want to peek below the door, if I can see something.
Alright. That door is... there is a sizable gap beneath the door. It looks dark in that direction, though. If you put your ear to the door, you hear the sound of wind passing through a tunnel.
How is it? Does it look locked? Or is it, what kind of knob is there to open the door?
There is just a door handle on the door.
So I tried to touch it a bit. Is it like stuck, or will it like glides open if I pull it?
You put a little bit of pressure under the door. It opens away from you, and it's rather easily to push open. You think, if you wanted to push it all the way open, you could do it rather easily. There doesn't seem to be too much resistance other than the rust that's on the hinges on this door.
All right. I knot an arrow to the string, and then I use my foot to slide the door open as I aim in.
Okay. You push the door open, and it looks like it connects to the corridor that you had traversed back on day one, pretty much.
Okay. And I
So
see nothing in the corridor.
there is nothing in the corridor except residual webbing. Maybe a couple of the holes the ankheads had come out of, but it seems rather quiet currently.
I see. Well, then I close the door.
Okay. Doors closed.
And then I move forward to inspect the piles of bones.
All right. So this room is now pretty much revealed. You shift. You look through the piles of bone. There are bones from all kinds of creatures of all sizes in this pile. Some of them are very large, like larger than no bones that have been. It looks like if you lift up like a femur of some creature or like an arm bone from some creature, it looks like it's been gnawed on. The bones look like they've been gnawed on. There's teeth marks grazing like the surfaces of the bone. These bones look. The bones are in various points of decay. There are some bones that look like they've been here for months. There are some bones that look like they've only been tossed into the pile within weeks. But most of them clearly look like they've been chewed or broken to get the marrow inside. It looks like somebody ate the thing off of these bones. Ate the flesh off of these bones.
Okay.
But it's pretty quiet in here.
All right.
Interesting.
Yes. Well, now that we notice that it's kind of quiet in here, I motion to the others that I'm gonna maybe step forward and look a little closer at some of the items in here.
All right. So there are rotting crates filled with a foul-smelling, I think spoiling food. It looks like something that's been rotting here for a long time. There are a few minecarts in various stages of disrepair. Hwinnil, if you're gonna go down that tunnel, could you roll me a perception check, if you will? Okay. It's kind of cold down this corridor. Colder than the rest of the mine. It's kind of the same type of chill that you experienced when you fought the Banshee, but there doesn't seem to be any, you can't seem to see any presence of any, undead or ghostly figures currently. But there is like a noticeable drop in temperature when you reach this part of the mine.
Okay. Well, I will keep moving forward while they are exploring that room.
Cool.
Okay.
This room looks relatively clear. I'm going to go ahead and back out and try to find Hwinnil,
Okay.
wherever she ran off to.
Yeah,
Alright.
me
Yeah,
too.
I'll go down the other tunnel.
All right. So let me reveal the map as well because you guys have done some exploring. So this portion of the mine has been revealed. There is one place you haven't. So just traversing, making sure you've cleared all your bases. There is one portion that you haven't gone down, and this is the area where you guys fought the Banshee. All three of you The rest of you, please roll perception checks for me as well. So Kasov, Acros, Ramas. Ramas, it is kind of cold in this area. You feel that you have to pull your cloak a little closer to you when you start going down this corridor. Kasov, you know it's the same thing. Acros, you don't know why everybody is starting to shiver a little bit. You're perfectly fine. It's weird. But this was the same area that, Hwinnil, you heard that viscous dripping noise, and it seems to be anybody who rode the 20 can now hear it coming from this area.
I'm gonna move over there and be very sneaky.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm doing the same.
All right. Perception checks. Stealth checks from both of you, please. Okay. Ramus, you go in, and if you guys are going in, both at the same time, you have dark vision, so you're able to see this one. So there is a room. At the very end of the room, you see a very I can't speak today. There is a pool of green liquid on the floor, and it seems from one of the at the far wall there has been a crack, and there's this small waterfall of green liquid that has not, it's not gushing, but is slowly pouring down into this little green pool of this green, viscous, heavy, liquid type substance. I just want to make this a little larger. So it's pulling from there. 1 second, if you guys wait right there. I need to look up my notes. There we go. Alright. Alright, sounds good. So, alright. Ramus, you sneak along crates and whatnot. Hwinnil, you're not as stealthy. As soon as you guys enter the room, with Hwinnil's perception check and... Alright. Hwinnil, you start to see, as well as Ramus, you start to see this yellowish liquid that seems to start seeping out from cracks in front of you, and it pulls onto the ground. But then the yellow liquid seems to start to take shape a little bit. One of the hold on. There we go. That's not what I wanted. That's what I wanted.
Nasty.
And it seems to hold one of the one closer to you that I accidentally marked green. Starts kind of to form a hand and starts moving in your direction. I need you two to roll initiative as these jelly-like slime substance comes out from the ground and moves in your direction slowly, very, very, very slowly. So that's the 18. So okay, all right. they are gonna go at. Oh, that's not that. That's actually not too bad this time. Okay. Ramas, did you want to say anything?
No, I'm gonna look quietly repulsed by this thing. I'm being very sneaky.
All right. One sec. I have to grab the cat. Stop it. Sorry, cat's being an asshole to my other cat. All right. So Ramus, this is what you see. It doesn't seem like your friends can't quite see you. You're hiding yourself pretty well, Acros and Kasov. They're awaiting. But it looks like Hwinnil caught the attention of two of these icky looking creatures.
Alright. I'm gonna shoot one. If
Okay.
they're moving like liquid, I'm just gonna shoot one.
Alright, that's perfectly fine.
See how that goes. I'm gonna pull the Denethor solution.
Okay.
It always ends well.
It only ends very well. You actually
Of course.
hit. There seems to be literally no resistance as okay. I will keep that in mind. There is no resistance as the arrow just pierces into this jelly-like substance, and it shudders momentarily in pain, maybe. But now it shifts and seems to focus on you. Are you hitting the closer one or the?
The closer one.
Okay. So that it takes. God damn it. Why? There you go. Why aren't you? It thinks it's a thing. All right. Green. I'll have to do this by hand then. 18. All right. So Acros, at this point, there's an arrow that comes out of the. Ramus has your attention now, because 1 second he's standing there looking a little shocked. Next minute you see him pulling out his bow, nodding an arrow and letting it fly. And there's this sickening, goopy sound that resonates through the room as this happens. You and Kasov can roll initiative at this point as well.
Okay.
Now that he has taken that action. You act tomorrow. Kasov, you can also roll initiative now.
Yes. Oops, I didn't have. Okay.
You act the day after tomorrow. Oh God. Okay, and Hwinnil, it's your turn.
I jump up on top of this thing.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully it doesn't break and is full of mushrooms.
It seems sturdy. It seems quite sturdy.
Good. Then I fire an arrow. And I
Alright.
used my +1 arrows and so on. So
Mhm.
maybe they do damage.
All right. These things are really slow. It looks like it might take a while for them to get to you because of how slow they move. But you definitely hit it, and it gurgles in protest, I guess, if a slime could gurgle in protest. But they will make their way towards you, very, very slowly. Wow, very slowly. That's how slow they are. Using its full
Nice.
movement to try to get to you. Gurgling over refuse and barrels. And Acros, it is your turn.
Okay. I'm gonna rush into the room,
There's a giant yellow
look
saw
around. Uh,
moving very
that
slowly.
kind of confuses me. I take out my sword, I step in front of Hwinnil, and ready in action to attack
Okay.
a slime that gets within my reach.
All right, Kasov, it is your turn.
All right. Upon hearing the commotion, I dart in as well, and when I see the slime, can I do like a nature check to see if I know anything about them?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So see if I recognize anything.
All right. You don't recognize the creature itself, but
Mhm.
you are very familiar with the type of creature it probably is. This definitely seems like an ooze type creature. There are several categories of oozes. This one may be more of, instead of like like a true ooze, it might be like a jelly type creature. Um, they're usually very slow. They can usually fit into very, very narrow spaces, probably an inch or more. It could usually squeeze into those things, and the oozes in general strip flesh off of beings rather easily. Not so easily when it's concerned with other types of material like wood or metal or stone. It has a hard time digesting through those types of things.
Okay.
You do remember, um, with this kind of um, this kind of creature, that certain types of damage may cause it to split into other entities. You're not quite sure which types of damage would do that, though.
Okay. Okay. Then yeah, I just cast Sacred Flame on the one that's closest.
I don't even know why I'm bothering to roll Dex. Wow, it may it with the -2, it saved.
Okay. That means no damage at all.
Okay. There is this radiant light that glows into your hand, and you launch it towards a creature, and like slow motion, this creature kind of creates a divot in itself and just kind of um, not separates itself, but stretches it enough for the the sacred flame to pass without doing any harm to this. Hold on, cat. French fry! Stop it! Go, go. Had to toss the cat into the bedroom. Still being a dick.
Sometimes you gotta do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. All right.
But would you like to do anything else, or is that your turn?
That is everything I want to do.
Okay. Hey, Ramas, what's up?
Not much. I'm gonna walk up and change of pace, stab the oozy thing a bit.
Okay.
I don't even get sneak attack. Nobody's next to it.
Alright. That is perfectly cool.
Alright. So I poke it several times with my rapier.
Alright.
Let's see what it does.
Alright. You poke it. It doesn't seem very happy with you poking it. It doesn't take much to wow. Okay. It kind of rears back after you poke it several times with the rapier. It looks I don't know. I don't know how to describe an ooze. It can't look angry. It curls back in desperation, I guess. Well, no, it's
I
your
don't
turn.
know.
All right. I think I just shoot it.
Okay, you could do it. You strike it with the arrow. It bubbles momentarily, and then it goes kind of just whatever shape, whatever magic was keeping this creature in its form kind of just spills onto like a puddle onto the floor. Now there's a big giant liquidy puddle of dead ooze monster.
Okay.
The slime is going to double move very slowly as you pick. I suppose you guys pick it off. And it's Kasov's turn. I mean, Acros' turn.
Okay. Let's what's the worst that can happen with slashing damage? Let's find out.
Yes.
Let's see here. If I hit it.
And you do. These things are really easy to hit. Now that you mentioned slashing damage, so you swing your greatsword up, you bring it down, you cut it in the middle, and like an earthworm, the ooze splits into two entities. Smaller than when it was before. I'm just going to use the body of the dead one. But now there are two large oozes in front of you. Identical, same size to each other, where once one was.
Don't slice it.
You could have warned me about it.
I didn't. My character didn't know.
Oh, okay.
Kasov, you just saw your fighter friend just go up to an ooze, slash it in the middle, and now there are two oozes where he had slashed.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go up and attack with my warhammer.
Okay.
Which that's bludgeoning damage.
It's
so
bludgeoning damage.
we'll see if it makes any difference. And but I didn't draw my shield, so I'm attacking with both hands on my warhammer at the same time, so I get a little extra boost, but not much.
All right. Wow. All right. So, as opposed to slashing, you bring your hammer down onto it, and it seems to take it. It bubbles a little bit. It looks hurt. If an ooze can look hurt, I have a really descriptive of oozes. Ramas, you just saw Acros make two oozes instead of one, seemingly.
Good job. All the time.
Thanks.
I'm going to continue poking things with my rapier,
Okay.
and I believe. Oh, actually, I have to move up, but I do get sneak attack bonuses on this now because there are people within 5 feet.
There are.
But I don't think a 12 hits.
A 12 does hit.
Oh, okay.
These guys don't have, like, they literally don't have anything protective about their jello-like consistency. So you do hit. And this one looks just as bad as the one in front of Acros.
Okay.
And Hwinnil.
Well, shooting things work apparently, so I will continue doing that.
Okay.
Pretending to be a ranger. Because I'm probably gonna need spells to heal people. Let's see, weapon, attack.
Okay.
I don't have advantage, I think. Unfortunately.
But you shoot, and which one are you hitting?
Can I see that they look different hurt? Otherwise I shoot the original position.
They look about the same. They're like bubbling, their viscosity is about the same. They look like they're about equally as hurt.
I shoot this one.
Okay. That one melts into a puddle of watery jello that doesn't have any consistency anymore.
That's how you do it.
Yep, exactly.
2 slimes to Hwinnil.
Now the one in front of Ramas is going to attempt to hit him. Attempt. Only rolling a 9 to hit the rogue.
Nope.
Acros, do you want to hit this thing before it dies of embarrassment?
Sure.
As it splits into 2 creatures.
This slime has a lot of friends. They just keep reappearing.
That look equally as hurt.
Now you can get 4 slime kills.
Ram Kasov.
Alright. Again with my Warhammer.
That's all you needed. So
Alright.
it looks like when it splits, it becomes smaller than the original entity it splits from. So these were large and became medium. Now you have this small, gnome-sized slime in front of you, and you just go, just whack, and easily takes care of that one. And Ramus. Stabby, stabby?
Stabby, stabby.
Stabby, stabby. Stabby, stabby. You eviscerate this one.
It's a slime. Does it have any guts to eviscerate?
You get a little bit of what you think is slime juice on you. It's slightly acidic in nature. But
Okay.
you eviscerate it for what it's worth.
Sweet.
And you're out of combat.
Good job, team.
Good job, team. Can you
Good
tell
job,
this
team.
room was? Can you tell this room was for you when you first entered the mine instead of after you entered a goddamn mine?
So let's go check out that puddle of green stuff in the corner.
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds really healthy. I want to collect a sample for my studies.
Of course.
I'll look at it, see if I recognize it as anything.
All
I'm
of
gonna-
you can roll a nature check, I think. Oh boy.
There we go. Got us.
This is the most intriguing pile of green liquid that you have ever witnessed, Kasov. Just as you're about to reach in to touch it, Hwinnil catches your hand and says, "I don't think you want to touch acid."
No, I don't. No, I don't.
It appears to be a small pool of acid that is slowly eating its way through the floor that had emerged through a hole, some kind of hole, like some kind of break in the wall that seems to just pour into this small pile. It doesn't look like it's been, judging by the depth of how much stone the acid has eaten through, this couldn't have been here for very, very, very long.
Huh.
Do I think it will acid through vials?
You think glass should be pretty safe, since glass is made to hold things like this.
Then I want to collect it if I can.
Okay.
Some vials.
All right.
I'll try to help. I'm wearing gloves.
I'll say, since it's just an unmoving pool of acid, you could easily pick up a couple vials and mark off that you have a couple vials of acid. I guess if you had to pour it on somebody, it would cause 1d6 points of acid damage to them.
Oh no, this is universal keys. When you give me a lock that you can't open, I just pour acid on it.
It could work in that. It could very work in that form, in that function like that. Yes, it could.
Or for torturing prisoners.
That's also very effective if you are
Interrogation.
that kind of person.
If you were that kind of person. Everybody in the room can roll perception checks if they wish, or look at the bodies of the of the jellies that have just passed on.
Holy shit! How did you get a 31?
I have observant, so I +5. To
Yeah, he
perception.
has a feat called observant.
Oh,
taking
okay.
the ability score. Yeah, Hwinnil is super observant now. Okay, so these were, okay. So you find, where's the D100? Where did my D100s go? 10, 14. You only find among the remains of the jellies, Ramas, Hwinnil especially, you find... Wow, really? Sucks. You find 12 copper pieces.
Cool. I'll leave it there. I don't even bother picking them up.
That's what the individual
Kidding
treasure
me? I
rolled.
do.
Yeah.
Right, now you have...
By the way, Ramas, when you took the treasure from the boat, did you tell us or did you take it for yourself?
I don't think I told anybody at the time.
Okay.
Okay, I can spread it around. How much was it? 7 gold?
It was like only 7 gold pieces.
Okay,
Yeah.
I just wondered. Did we find some platinum?
Some of that gold
You
into
found
the
platinum in the
copper that we
jewel.
find now.
In the
Be like,
lobster
look, guys, there's 4 gold.
Oh boy.
I see. Do you want to add it to the party treasure? I think you have
Sure,
almost
let's do
1,000
that.
gold now. Alright, I add it to the party treasure.
Okay. So you add it to the party treasure. Is a I always forget this because it sometimes changes from edition to edition. 10 gold is 1 platinum, or is it 100 gold is 1 platinum? I gotta look for that.
I think it's
that good.
10.
Yeah.
Alright, so you find essentially 50 gold pieces from that giant lobster, 5 platinum.
I add that as well then to the party.
Okay.
Unless someone wants to steal it. And it's
Okay.
basically Hwinnil's money, so she's holding the treasure.
Alright, so you guys are left in an empty room. For the most part, it looks like, the map looks as completed as that. The dark part is actually where the river probably would be, so probably be there. But it's not on the map because that looks like it was maybe a new addition at some point. But that looks like, originally what the layout used to be, as far as you can tell. Okay.
Okay.
So where are you guys up to now?
Well, we've checked the rest of the mine. I vote we go look at the river. Unless there's something else in the mine that we haven't seen already.
No, I don't think so. Nothing important anyway.
Okay.
We've looked at all the rooms. We haven't searched all the rooms, but I don't think we might need that. We should take the boat.
Yeah, I think
Do
I
it.
think we're ready to go for the river. I actually need to step away from the keyboard for like maybe about 20 minutes or so.
I think
Um,
this is actually a good place to end. It's like we've played for like 3 hours or so, so it's cool. We can pick up when you guys attempt to go into the river. As
We have a
for
Willy Wonka boat ride.
you
Yep.
you guys will get that boat ride if you want. So let's see. So quickly, just doing XP for the things you just killed. Um, you guys killed, there we go, 2 of those. And you guys killed 2 of those. So, in total, you guys should be able to, you guys will receive, I can't, where's the O section? Really? No, no, no. Really? I was just here. Oh, there we go. And you guys killed 2 of those, so that's 900. 118 divided by 4. I can't do math, apparently. Each of you guys receive 700 experience even.
Nice.
Not bad.
Along with whatever small change that you found in the dungeon so far.
yeah, who's carrying that potion of water breathing?
I carry one of them. We have 2.
We have a
I
second
think
one.
Acros
other
has
one.
the second one. Or did Ramas take it?
Oh, I can. Unless somebody else wants it.
I won't be diving into any rivers, but or not voluntarily. So
To be honest, if I could say, if Ramas has one, I'm gonna give the other to Acros, because going in a boat when you're wearing full plate, you might actually need a potion.
Oh yeah,
that's a good
Okay.
point.
Kasov,
Yeah, I'll
you should
take
take it then.
Well,
Yeah, okay.
I give one to Acros, give one to me, or give one to Acros and one to Hwinnil.
No, Acros and Kasov.
Okay.
I
I'll put it on
thought-
my. I'll put
So
it
the
on
ones
my.
wearing plate that can't swim in water, you have potions that you can breathe under there.
Thank you. Great idea.
And I'm actually level 4, so I think I can transform into stuff that can swim now.
I believe you can.
Or is it level 6?
It's not too far actually.
It's level 4, 5, or 6. I don't remember which one.
At 4th, no flying. But swimming is fine now.
That's perfect. I can become a dolphin in case I
Or
have problems.
crocodile, or whatever you are for.
Giant lobster.
Giant lobster.
Giant lobster. You have the feeling that you wouldn't be able to transform into those creatures.
Oh.
They are animal-like, but they don't seem to be like when you were fighting them. They were more magical essence emanating from them. So you probably wouldn't be able to. If you wanted to change into a lobster, I'm not stopping you. But into one of those guys, probably not. Alright, I guess we can keep it here for now. Is the earlier time okay for you guys? I have to speak to Alex to see whether his internet crapped out again. Because it always seems his internet craps out. Because this was...
Yeah, works fine for me.
Alright, cool.
Yep, it's okay for me.
Alright. So,
Yep, this was perfect. Even better than the original. So this is great.
Alright. Let me know if we need to adjust. And yeah, I will see you guys Star Wars weekend. I might end a little early because I kind of want to go see the movie. We got tickets for 4, so
It's exciting.
it's
Very
exciting.
cool.
I think that's probably the topic of our next conversation, maybe. Okay. I'll check you guys out later, and thanks, David, for the development backstory as well. I will look into that after this.
Right.
All right. See you guys later.
See you in a
See
couple
ya.
weeks.